And we are back. The weekly Our Lads All Rookie team coming at you week 1 through week 18 all season. This will eventually compile the 2025 Our Lads All Rookie team. As usual, we will start on the offensive side of the ball. Early in the year, there is as not much competition as there will be later on, especially at the quarterback position, but we are still going to give it to the only quarterback that saw a snap in week 1, and that was Cam Ward for the Tennessee Titans. The stat line does not tell the story. Cam Ward got sacked and pressured on a bigger percentage of all his dropbacks of all quarterbacks in the NFL. His receivers also dropped more passes than any quarterback had to deal with in week 1 on the road in Denver. That was a close game. Cam Ward did have a couple of wow throws on tape. We really look forward to watching our QB1 progress throughout the year. At running back, there were 26 running backs taken in the draft. This week 1 award does not go to the first or the second or even the 25th. The 26th and final running back taken, Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt from the Washington Commanders. He led rookies with 82 yards on 10 carries with a touchdown in Washington's week 1 win over the Giants. At wide receiver, Emeka Egbuka from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 2 touchdowns. He caught 4 of 6 targets for 67 yards, including a big one at the end of the game. More on him in a little bit. At tight end, we have Tyler Warren from the Indianapolis Colts. This dude had 76 yards on 7 catches. 5 and 57 of those yards were before halftime, before Indianapolis really started to run away with it. If that game had been tighter, we might have been looking at a Brock Bowers caliber rookie performance from Tyler Warren. And just for fun, just like he did in his Penn State days, he ran the ball for 3 yards, which included a first down. At offensive tackle, arguably one of the top performances I've ever seen of a rookie tackle. That was Armin Membu from the New York Jets. Against the Pittsburgh Steelers, against TJ Watt, who he faced off of multiple times and shut him down. He pitched a shutout in pass protection and got plenty of movement off the ball in the run game. The Jets offense, that was the best running game, the best football we've seen that team play in a long time. And the offensive line did a great job, led by Membu, a first-year player. On the interior offensive line, we had Gray Zabel from the Seattle Seahawks. It was not a great week for interior offensive linemen, but that does not take away from Zabel's really impressive performance that he built in the preseason and carried into the regular season. The one thing that stands out to his tape is how consistent he is. He stays on his feet. He stays latched on. He can move guys off the ball, and he was great in space. Really impressive game for Zabel, and that team needs to hit on that draft pick because that offensive line is hurting. Let's move to the defensive side of the ball. At edge defender, we have Abdul Carter, the first edge taken on just 38 snaps out of 70. Carter led the team in pressures with 3. He also added a half a sack and a half a tackle for loss. He drew a penalty on Laramie Tunsil, a holding penalty on Tunsil, the former All-Pro, and he also blocked a punt. Talk about versatile production in week 1. I expect to see him get a lot more snaps week 2 against Dallas. Inside, Jordan Phillips from the Miami Dolphins. Over the years, we have seen a lot of unexpected interior defensive linemen shine in year 1, and Phillips is no different. He was the 20th defensive tackle drafted in last April's draft, and there wasn't much to write home about with this defense who just got torched by Indianapolis, but their run defense was pretty stout, and it was led by Phillips. He led the defensive line with 5 tackles. A couple of them were stops. One of them went for a loss, and that was just being on the field for 20 run plays that the Colts, he was only on the field for 20 run plays against the Colts, and he produced that much. At linebacker, Jahad Campbell, Howie Roseman was trying all night last April in the first round to try and trade up for Campbell, and we saw why. He lined up all over the field. We saw 12 snaps at edge. Majority of his snaps were at inside linebacker, and his production matched that versatility. He had 4 tackles, 1 for loss, a pass breakup, and a forced fumble in a key moment with Philadelphia up 4 and Dallas driving into the red zone. At cornerback, we have Will Johnson. Johnson was widely considered the top corner in the class at this time last year. However, questions about durability and long speed bumped him down the stack, and he got drafted on in round 2. But there's 2 sides to this, right? He really performed like the former, not the latter. He broke up 2 passes. He was the only Cardinal and the only rookie corner to do that in week 1. He delivered a violent hit on Chris Olave that jarred the ball loose as well. He was sticky in coverage all afternoon in a game where the Cardinals really did win the game for the Saints, especially down the stretch. At safety, Xavier Watts, the only other rookie to break up 2 passes was Watts. He also finished with 6 tackles without any misses in Atlanta's loss to Tampa Bay. This is a former All-American that had 13 interceptions over his last 2 seasons at Notre Dame, and he came just inches away from a couple more in his rookie debut. So let's circle back to the offensive rookie of the week, and I want to spend a little bit more time talking about Emeka Egbuka, the wide receiver from Tampa Bay. There were 27 players who caught a touchdown on Sunday. Only one of them caught 2, and that was the Bucs' first-round pick. Like I said, he caught 4 of 6 targets for 67 yards, but he saved the biggest one for last. With Tampa Bay down 20-17, with just over a minute left in their week 1 road matchup at Atlanta, Baker Mayfield threw one down the seam following a brilliant route by Egbuka. That was something we saw all over his film at Ohio State, and that resulted in the touchdown that ultimately led them to their week 1 victory. The defensive rookie of the week was Will Johnson, the corner from Arizona, because of how comfortable he looked in coverage. Again, there were issues with his hamstring last year. It led to some long speed issues. He did get beat on tape at Michigan in that Washington tape last year. But I'll tell you what, nobody got behind him. He kept everything in front of him. He never looked out of place. This is going to be he already looked like the best corner for the Arizona Cardinals on that roster. And that's a defense that I think we should all be keeping an eye on. So for him to break up a couple passes, finish with a couple tackles without any misses, and looked really comfortable in coverage against some quality, quick wide receivers and Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed and Brandon Cooks. He did not look like he was out of place in week 1. And if he does hit, that secondary is a little underrated. So that does it for the week 1 Our Lads All Rookie team. Check back every single week. We will put out a new video and an article on the website if you want full write-ups for every player. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks.